talking about, hey, we got the money on you, we got the money on you. A lot of us feel that fight is going to be closer than before due to him leaving Top Rank and being a free agent. Just a quick hint, maybe we're going to get the fight by the end of this year or possibly next year.
I mean, it's closer than it's ever been. So, if it don't happen now, it's never gonna happen. So, it's way closer than what it used to be. So, I think it's definitely gonna happen.
Hey yo, what up you guys? It's your boy Boxing Fanatic, back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest and greatest content. Hey yo, what up Fight World? It's your boy Boxing Fanatic. I'm back with another one. Errol Spence just did an interview with Fight Hub. He said that the fight is closer than it's ever been. And I said I wasn't going to make any more videos until the fight was actually made because there's so much going around, people saying this and saying that. So I just wanted to, hear from out of the horse's mouth. But, getting that little insight on, Errol Spence saying, the fight is closer. And I still feel like, the fight can get made. Like Steven Espinoza was basically saying, a lot of fighters, they want, the Mayweather type of money, which he probably feel like, that fight ain't worth, that type of money as far as Mayweather versus Pacquiao, Mayweather versus Conor McGregor, because if you look at Errol Spence, his numbers that he doing, Terrence Crawford numbers don't compare to what Errol Spence numbers. Even Devin Haney versus George Kambosos did better numbers than Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford. So that go to tell you, who's holding up the fight. And Terrence Crawford, wanting this money from, I guess he want his money up front. He don't want the money on the back end, and I don't blame him. But at the same time, you can't go in asking for too much when the fight ain't really worth what in his mind, what he probably thinking. So I'm hoping that, he do come to his senses and see that, this is an opportunity of a lifetime to become undisputed in two different weight classes, which never been done. But I don't think he getting past Errol Spence because, like Roy Jones was basically saying, Errol Spence is a pressure cooker, and he breaks you down mentally, physically, and he just, outpower you. And even though Terrence Crawford got dog in him, but I just think that Errol Spence is the bigger, stronger man in that fight. And we just got to wait and see, if the fight do really get made, because it just seemed like Terrence Crawford just a hard person to work with as far as what Bob Arum was saying. He lost money on this man. He could have built the mansion, and that's why most of his fights never really got made because, he just said Terrence Crawford is a difficult person to work with, and which, I can see why, and being that Steven Espinoza wasn't really, giving too much, but really was saying that, it's the money, and that's what it's coming down to. It's the money. I just think that, Errol Spence already agreed to everything. He ain't worried about that because if you look at Errol Spence's last, 4 fights, what he did with Mikey Garcia, what he did with Danny Garcia, what he did with Sean Porter, what he did with Yordenis Ugas, those was all great numbers. Ain't nobody, doing numbers like that in the welterweight, division. Especially not Terrence Crawford. But yeah, I just hope that, Terrence Crawford come to his senses and make this fight happen, man, because, it's way overdue. And you got all of these top, fighters from the past, you might well say, like Roy Jones, Antonio Tarver, Sugar Ray Leonard, James Toney, Mayweather, and the list goes on. They all picking Terrence Crawford to beat Errol Spence. But, man, don't be fooled because they just hyping this man up to get his ass whooped. Tim Bradley picking Terrence Crawford, Andre Ward picking Terrence Crawford. You got a lot of people picking Terrence Crawford, and they sleeping on Errol Spence. Nah, they hyping this man up to get his ass in that pressure cooker, pressure bust pipes. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be a massacre in that ring, man. Cause Terrence Crawford don't throw as many punches as Errol Spence. You know, and it's gonna be hard. Errol Spence be on your ass like some flies on some shit, and he gonna be on Terrence Crawford ass like fly on some shit. And Terrence Crawford, if Terrence Crawford can't hurt Errol Spence and can't get this man off of him, he gonna be in some trouble. I'm telling you, he not no Sean Porter. He made Sean Porter fight his fight. And if you look at that fight, he made Sean Porter fight his fight. And Terrence Crawford is not that type of fighter to fight like Sean Porter, or Terrence or Errol Spence, that just throw so many punches during the round. You know, he make you fight his fight, and it ain't no way around it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Terrence Crawford, he got knocked down by your boy Velasquez, and they called it a slip. Come on, bro, that wasn't no slip. That was a clear knockdown. But that's and he got hurt by your Yorkis Gamboa. You know, a smaller fighter. And Errol Spence is a you heard Danny Garcia came out and said that, Errol Spence is strong. He's strong. He's a big welterweight. He's strong. And Danny Garcia ain't no little guy. But I don't want nobody saying, once Errol Spence defeats Terrence Crawford, I don't want nobody coming out and saying, he's a weight bully, this, that, and the third. Nah, you can't say that. You can't say that, because if you're going to say that, then you might want to say that against Sean Porter, or you can say that against Yorkis Gamboa, or many other fighters, Terrence Crawford, coming up from, the weight class that he was in. But you can't say that now, but I'm just hoping that this fight get made, and it get made like sometime soon. We get an announcement, so you know what I'm saying, everybody can stop making all these videos, and with all these things that's going around, and don't nobody really know what's really going on. But as you can clearly see, Errol Spence said that the fight is closer than it's ever been, and we just gotta wait till everything is set in stone. And people just Terrence Crawford can't just be asking for crazy money. And if the fight don't get made, somebody need to come out and expose one another, so you can really see, who was scared to fight. Because if it ain't about the money, then you will make the fight. If it was anybody else besides Errol Spence, he probably would have been made that fight. I guess that he see that, that this fight could do, some real good numbers, but not the numbers that he probably thinking in his mind and wanting, guaranteed money up front, not no $20 million, because, man, he not worth that. I could see 12 or 10. If he made $6 million for Sean, 10 would be, you only get paid as more what you got paid for your last fight. But I'm not the one that's putting up the money. So he just got to come to his senses and see that, if it's crazy how, Eddie Hearns didn't even come out and say, he'll put up the money. Steven Espinoza putting up the money, because, I don't even think Eddie Hearns want to work with Terrence Crawford. I don't even think he liked Terrence Crawford. So I know, he can't go to DAZN. He can't go to ESPN. And the only place he could make money at right now is Showtime. If he want to make that last chance at a big payday, bro, you missing out. Might well go on to take that. And if you say you the best, then prove that you the best. And take what they giving you. Because, Errol Spence said he'll give you 45, he'll take 55. Errol Spence cleaned up his side of the road. He did what he had to do. He told you he was going to get all the belts. And now, he a man of his word. So now, it comes down to you, signing that contract and taking what they offering you. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody else going to give you what you looking for. Because don't nobody else want to work with you. That's my thought on it, man. Make sure y'all SLC. Subscribe, like, and comment. All right. I'll hit y'all back. One love, one life. I'm out. If you enjoy content like this and you want to see more, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.